I know y'all like, hey, that ain't what's going on. Hey, look, man. I don't know if I'm flying solo tonight or not, but welcome to the Blur AF experience. Get my mic right. How y'all doing out there, man? Let me let everybody get up in here. What is good? What's good? What's good? What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? Speak to me. Talk back. I'll talk to you. What we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? Andre, what up? The Blue Mac Show. That's right. That's right. Now they should be coming in, man. But I'm gonna get things popping. Let's talk, man. I know y'all got some things that y'all want to talk about. I don't want to go directly into, you know what I'm saying, what was the subject matter is tonight. So let's talk, man. Let's see this chat thing pop up. What's going on in the chat? Kiro, what's up? D Stizzle, what's good? What y'all want to talk about, man? What do y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about the diddler? Kind of tired of the diddler. The diddler, he just out here just going ham. Junior, what up? What up? What up? What up? What y'all want to talk about, man? Come on, y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about. Freestyle off the dome. We just gonna knock it up off the dome. We're gonna talk off the dome. To let everybody get up in here. What's for dinner? Man, I just got off the grill, man. Just got off the grill, some ribs, some chicken, doing some baked macaroni and cheese, you know what I'm talking about? Baked beans, you know what I mean? That's what I did. That's what I did. Aisha, what up, Aisha? Yeah, I think we all overdid it. For real, man. For real, for real, for real, for real. There he go. There he go. He finna mess up my flow. Don't even worry about it, man. Let's keep it going. What else?
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Blue? Hey, I
Man.
told you I'm on location, so I'm gonna be popping in and out, but I'm listening to the show as we go along. And I see you over here flowing. I ain't mad at that. I ain't gonna stop nothing.
Aisha, you just make some burgers. What type of like the home, you know what I'm saying? The homemade burgers. We got McDonald's at home burgers. What type of burgers you made? Andre said, what do you
Hey,
think
hey,
opening box
what's
office?
so funny is that I've been listening to these rap beefs, these YouTube reactor rap
Uh,
beefs, and it was like this is like we got Drake and Kendrick at home. That's how these beefs is going. Not BBL burgers, Aisha. I see that.
mm, BBL burgers is funny. Andre said, what do you think the opening box office weekend numbers for Deadpool Wolverine? Um, mm, that's a hard. I could see it 3 to 4, between 350 to 4. I can see that happening. Possibly. That might be a little too high. 350. 350. What you think, Dre? Did he leave? Dre might have left. I'm gonna say about 350. 350 is to me on the high end, but I think it's gonna have legs. I think Deadpool and Wolverine is gonna have legs. I think the tickets went on sale today, right? I think they went on sale earlier today. I could probably make a better
Yeah, the
judge.
tickets went on sale.
Yeah, I could probably make a better judgment based off of these pre-sale tickets, but I'm gonna say first week 350. What you say, Dre?
I mean, right now the marketing alone is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the hype for it right now, especially coming off of X-Men 97. I mean, you're going to be looking at some major numbers that opening weekend. For the simple
Right.
fact is just it's been super hyped. I don't think it's overly hyped. There's some nostalgia factor to it because everybody's going to say, well, is Taylor Swift in it? Is this person in it? Is that person in it? Kind of almost in that multiverse of madness type of
Right.
way. That's what they're going to be looking at. And then, it's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. So, you know what I mean? You can't really go wrong with that formula.
True. True that. True that. But you didn't give me your number though. How much? What you think the open
it's probably gonna open up 300 something. I think it's gonna open up 300 something thousand opening weekend. Or probably not yet. It wouldn't surprise me if it hit damn near 400,000 opening weekend.
million? You mean million?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean not thousand, million. Yeah, it's gonna be stupid numbers.
I say 350. That's where I'm at. To me, to me, that's high end. 350 is high end. You pushing that 4. I think
You're talking about opening. You're talking about
weekend.
300 to 400 million dollars opening weekend.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. That's all of Ant-Man's revenue in one weekend.
I can see 3 because, like you said, it's Ryan Reynolds, it's Deadpool, it's Wolverine together. I could see 300 to 350 opening weekend. And I don't mean, to me, not domestic. I'm talking about all together, domestic and abroad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see the total overall. I can see it.
Yeah, domestically, probably about 130, 140 domestic. I could see that. But I think it's gonna have legs though. I think it's gonna walk a long walk. Junior says, what do you think about the Knicks and Pacers game yesterday? I don't want to say typical Knicks. They got a squad that was injured. Knicks will be back next year, man. Probably be back better than ever. But hey, they had a good run. That's all I gotta say. They had a good run. I don't think Pacers was the better team. Knicks they was hurt. To me, Knicks was hurt. If they had all the I think they was down 6 players, I think, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they just got the bad end of the stick.
Hey, don't worry about it. The Celtics are not come on now. Don't worry about it. You ain't worried about it.
Right. And I didn't see them getting past the Celtics anyway. I didn't see the Knicks getting past the Celtics. So
yeah, if they the Pacers is not getting past the Celtics either. So don't worry about it. We'll avenge the Knicks.
They avenged the Knicks. Yeah, so that's.
Hey, but me and my homeboy at the job was talking about Celtics versus Minnesota, and like just that Anthony Edwards, coming out party versus Boston, and how would that look like? Which Boston got too much firepower anyway for anybody remaining, even Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Even if Porzingis comes back and he's 80%, too much firepower, way too much firepower. You know what I mean?
I got Minnesota winning. I think Minnesota can take
the whole thing.
Yep.
Hell, they not getting past us. They not getting past the Celtics. Big dog.
The reason why, and I like the Celtics as a squad, but this will be this be the 3rd time they'd have been.
That's why this is our time. We already battle tested. We already know what it is. We know we need to win. We got to win this one. Man, they gonna talk about us to death.
What it was, 2 years? Was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago when they had Golden State? They had Golden State against the rope.
Man, we got the brakes beat off of us game 3. I watched that in utter disgust. They shot like 53s and made it. Like it was utter disgusting. And we took that formula.
That was their year to win, though. To me,
man, we got the brakes beat up. Once we got the brakes beat out of us, I think it was game 3 and it was either game 3 or game 4. They literally hit like 33 pointers. It was nasty, and I was like, you know what, this is it.
But remember, they came out. Was the second game they lost that second game, and after that, that's when that's where it messed up at.
Yeah, it fell apart, and we was turning over the ball a lot. So I don't think we're gonna have that problem.
I remember because I was out in Vegas. Watching it. Casino, big screen down. You know what I'm saying? Down in the lobby I was out there filming CSI Vegas. So I remember that. It was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, it was. I said, but this time I think it's a little bit different. True being there. You know what I mean? Derek White. Marcus Smart was the heart and soul of that team, and by now pushing that to Tatum, Brown, Al Horford. Yeah, I think this is our time, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. Let's
I
get
think
this, baby. Celtics all the way.
it's gonna be 6 or 7 games that I do foresee. If it's them two, if it's
Yeah, the
Celtics and
way
Minnesota, it's 6.
Ant-Man is playing like Ant-Man reminds me. Everybody kept saying he reminds me of Jordan. I was like, no, he reminds me of Dwayne Wade. He came out of Marquette, and when he stepped into the league, he was a beast. People forget how nasty Dwayne Wade was. Dwayne Wade was nasty.
Yep. I used to say 275 for the weekend. 5% of tickets. Dre is 5% of they say you're gonna be 5% of the ticket sales in Kansas City.
Hey, I'm me and my homeboy talking about going to the Minnesota Dallas game. We're talking about that. So down in Dallas. So we're trying to see if we can be able to hook that up.
Yeah, you ain't that far, so you should go. I will go.
I mean, it's an 8-hour drive for me to get to Dallas. So
yeah, that ain't. You good. Campion said at least
yes,
150.
indeed, my Bulls still suck too. yes, Aisha, Dallas. But if it was in San Antonio, I'd go to San Antonio too. That's 4 hours. You go no, that's actually a 16-hour drive.
To what?
For me, dude, it's literally going all the way down to Houston and then hitting the 10 going west. Another 4 hours in a car. I'd rather I get a spaceship. I'd rather get a spaceship. Going to Dallas is a cool drive, but I'll fly anywhere else in Texas. You know what I'm saying? That's not.
Nah. I used to live in Texas, man, and I remember we used to go home to Georgia for like the summers. It seemed like it took 2 days to get out the state. You just drive.
It's dude. Now it's funny because I'm coming from Kansas City, so I personally got to go through not Kansas. Go through Missouri, all the way down. Go to Kansas, to Oklahoma, to North Texas to get to Dallas. That's 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
And then when you get to Houston, that's another 3.5 hours. To go west, that's another 3 hours from Houston to San Antonio. So that's why I never drove to San Antonio. It was just too far. I'm not even gonna hold you. So I would rather fly.
Man.
You said what?
I used to say
it takes 6 hours just to get out of Texas. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's me driving from Kansas City though. Texas is big, but it ain't Kansas. Kansas takes forever to get out of that raggedy piece of crap.
What I used to 6 from where? 6 hours from where in Texas to get out of
to get from what El Paso to the bottom if you're at the bottom of Texas.
I was coming from. I used to stay in Killeen. Coming from Killeen, it was more than 6 hours to get out of Texas. Way more.
It was, like I said, from Oklahoma City to Dallas is 4 hours. It's not that far. But going through Kansas is hell. That's torture. Never drive through Kansas on I-70. You would want to throw yourself out the window. Hey, is Mika gonna join us today, Blue?
That I don't know. She didn't respond, so that I don't know. So I can always slide. You got to jump off, so it's no problem.
No, you'll see me literally just go on my mic and mute. You know what I mean? For a minute while I go handle this business or whatever until we're just what I'm doing is I'm part of the special team doing certain repairs on these vehicles. You know what I mean? Before they actually go out. So we got a 3-week project and they paying your boy. When I say they paying. I told you in the chat. I don't want to let them know. But it's ducats. You know what I mean? So I can't pass out the ducats.
That's right.
Especially when they lay folks off for a week. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. I ain't gonna get laid off, but they did. So yeah, I need to get that paper. So
Tommy
says, yes, D says a land of rocks and dirt. Flat. No, it says completely flat going through Kansas.
Is it
Like when you go on I-70, like if like anytime, like when I went to California for the first time, that was the
right?
worst trip I've ever taken in my life to get to Colorado because it's just flat.
Flat, yeah,
It's flat and boring. So nobody want to go through flat and boring.
yeah, yeah. Let me see what Tommy say. Tommy says, and shout out to Tommy. It does not make sense that Shuri knew how to fight in BP2. They should have had her make an AI like Jarvis for Tony. And when Tony was fighting Cap in Civil War, he has Friday to like learn. I mean, but that is the argument. It's a valid argument, but I won't say she shouldn't know how to fight. She shouldn't be as good as Adora Milaje, or I don't even know if she'd be as
Nowhere
good.
close.
You know what I'm saying? Or like a low level guard or anything. I don't know if she'd be that good. I think
It's a simple fact. Well, no, she couldn't handle herself because we seen that in the first Black Panther movie. When Killmonger was coming out and all the funk was dropping, she wasn't like throwing hands for the point where
no, I don't mean like, I just mean like she, like how, you know, like a self-defense class. Like I can punch you to get away, or I can kick. I know where to kick you at so I can get loose. That's what I mean by handle yourself. I don't mean by like she gonna go toe to toe with Killmonger and you know what I'm saying, do some work. Hell no.
Hey,
hell no.
Did you pull up that article already and read it? Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's get into it.
While I'm here, I didn't know what else I didn't know what else to put. So
You good, man? We're gonna have a good what we always gonna have a good time, man. Always gonna have a good time. This right here is from, what was this? IMDb. Yep, IMDb. This is why Shuri being Black Panther makes no sense. One Chadwick Boseman scene from Civil War still gives chill to Marvel fans who badly want to see T'Challa back in action. It says, as Marvel fans eagerly await the next installment in the Black Panther franchise, the legacy of T'Challa, as portrayed by the late Chadwick Boseman, continues to resonate with audiences. One scene in particular from Captain America Civil War highlights T'Challa's skills and competence as the Black Panther, leaving fans with chills and a desire to see him back in action. Naturally, that raises the question who should turn into the next Black Panther. Is it T'Challa's ex-lover and accomplished Wakandan spy Nakia? Maybe it was T'Challa's closest confidant, Okoye. Well, it seems the sister of T'Challa, Princess Shuri, is the only true apparent contender for the throne for now. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. Well, as the base continue to rage in the fandom about the future of a protector for. Okay. Here's the full. So it was the full article. I didn't go to the full article. My bad. Let me go to the full article. Stop this. My bad, y'all. My bad. Here we go. All right. Well, as debates continue to rage in the fandom about the future of Wakanda's protector, Rhoda resonates deeply on screen and in the hearts of viewers. The memory of Chadwick T'Challa as the warrior king has haunting grace in our collective consciousness. Shuri's journey, Black Panther fans' anticipation for her expanded role in the franchise. Many years have gone by since the release of the first Black Panther flick, helmed by Ryan Coogler. Fans of the film, which signaled a turning point for diversity within MCU franchise, were enthralled by the intriguing tale of Wakanda, an isolationist African nation with technology far beyond that of the outside world. In the first movie, Chadwick Boseman carried the Black Panther, a Wakanda king named T'Challa, engaged in combat with his cousin Killmonger, a Navy SEAL who believes that Wakanda's isolationism ignores the suffering of Africa-descended people. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, of course, the much anticipated sequel to Black Panther, is not without excitement, but there's also a bittersweet feeling associated with it. The film served as both a fitting send-off for Boseman, who tragically lost his life in 2020 following the battle with cancer, and a sequel to one of the biggest movies ever made in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was always clear to us that Black Panther would make a return to Wakanda on the next trip there in one way or another, even though Chadwick might not be with us anymore. So that right there, they're saying that everybody expected Black Panther to come back, whether Chad was going to be there or not. You know what I'm saying? Shuri, the youngest sister of Black Panther and the Wakanda princess with the penchant for ingenuity, is one of the most significant figures in the Black Panther universe. With Black Panther Wakanda Forever, her role definitely expanded. But again, should she be the next Black Panther? I want to stop right there. I want to ask even though we already saw the movie and everything, I'm pretty sure this was written. When was this written, Dre? You know?
I have no idea.
Shit.
I think it was recent because it popped up in my feed, but don't give me the line.
Oh no, this is recent. March 17, 2024. Why does it keep doing that? So that's 3 days ago. That May or March? Yeah, May 17th. Where am I at now? My bad, y'all. My computer's acting. This shit is acting weird for some fucking reason. Just jumping all over the place. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Let me exit out. She's acting stupid. Try this again. All right. Read that. All right. It says, to put it succinctly, Shuri is true that Shuri is the next Black Panther to assume the mantle demonstrated in Wakanda Forever. She takes some time to decide to carry on her father and brother's legacy. So this may not come as a huge surprise to viewers. Can a single moment truly capture the essence of an icon? Absolutely. As Marvel fans continue to attest when rewatching Chadwick Boseman exquisitely portrayed T'Challa in Captain America: Civil War. So basically, they're saying a lot of people go back to Civil War. Is that what that's what I'm gathering? Drake?
No, but I believe so. I was going to read the article when you read it because I wanted to be able to dissect it in real time. So I didn't actually read the article itself. So
okay,
you're reading in real time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems to me that it's saying that portrayal of the Black Panther and Winter Soldier, I'm sorry, is the de facto presentation of T'Challa. That's the T'Challa that is the epitome, the absolute best of what we got of any Black Panther. Shuri, T'Challa, that's it, and that's where that standard needs to be. That's what I'm gathering from this article. Do y'all agree? You agree, Drake?
Sorry, give me a second, but I do agree with you.
Oh, that's why it's jumping. It's loading up stupid stuff. All right, so come on now. This is crazy. How do I need to stop these damn ads? So many years has gone by since the release. Nope, read that. Can a single moment capture the essence? Yeah. Anyone who joins the adrenaline rush will still show that the tangible intensity Boseman brought to his confrontation with Winter Soldier. Boseman T'Challa was more than just a character. He was a vivid embodiment of strength, agility, and nobility, leaving a legacy that resonates with each rewatch. So everybody going back and rewatching that, which I agree. I go back and still watch it, and it does give chills. You know what I'm saying? When you watch it, his portrayal, the story behind it. And I think that's another thing too. When I like to dissect the whole Shuri situation, the stories don't add up. It don't add up to the first movie. You know what I'm saying? Or just what we know in the MCU that has to do with the Black Panther Wakanda lore. Her being what she is, and then just take it like none of Wakanda Forever added up to the overall stuff that we know about Black Panther and the lore and the franchise in the MCU. It was just kind of shoehorned in. We're gonna make Shuri Black Panther. The story is gonna be stupid, convoluted, and just didn't make sense. And that's one of the things that really bothered me about the film. It wasn't Shuri's skinny ass running around in the Black Panther costume. That really didn't bother me as much because cool, she's Black Panther. It was the storyline. That storyline just was trash. It was disingenuous. It just forgot the first movie. It was just stupid. And the scene where T'Challa goes head to head when a soldier fans are stunned by T'Challa's ability. You had something to say, Drake?
Nah, go ahead.
In the scene where T'Challa goes head to head with the Winter Soldier, fans are stunned by T'Challa's ability to not only keep up with Bucky, but to outclass him. Many viewers believe T'Challa was the MCU's heart and soul, and his absence has been surely felt since Boseman's death. However, the decision not to recast the role of T'Challa has disappointed some fans. While Shuri, T'Challa's sister, has taken on the mantle of Black Panther in the comics, some fans argue that it doesn't make sense for her to be the new Black Panther in the films. They point out to rule Wakanda, one must be a warrior without the aid of the herb and serum. Shuri's battle with Killmonger in Black Panther showed that she was not yet ready to take on that role. That's another thing too. Skinny ass Shuri, who's she fighting without the herb? Without the heart-shaped herb, who is she fighting? Who is skinny ass Shuri fighting?
I think that's the funniest part of that whole movie, because again, in the first one, it literally showed that she wasn't ready to fight. So all of a sudden now you go into the second movie and all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that this is the next warrior. Come on, dog. Come on, big dog.
Right.
You know, come on.
And who would not challenge her for the mantle? Since everything wants to be about the mantle, who would not challenge her for the mantle? And Baku would show up. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Dora Milaje can't do it. I'm pretty sure they'll come up with a rule that say that they can do it. But if Dora Milaje could do it, that's an ass whooping. Shit, I think Queen Ramonda would have whooped her ass. To be honest, you know what I'm saying, that she wanted to. So that
little kid that slapped his head at the Warrior Falls meeting would have whooped her ass.
Right. I just
see, this is the biggest thing is that, and this is why I tell people I had a problem with Coogler. I was like, even with Black Panther and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, you're not good Black Panther stories because it doesn't follow the comics. You deviated from the lore of the comics to tell your own story. So the problem is that instead of making T'Chaka's brother some created character to be able to tie him in with Killmonger, what you should have did was make him Jensen, which he is in the comics. So you could be able to have the Black Panther, you know, have T'Challa's daddy get killed in the beginning with Claw. So that Claw angle makes sense when you're going from, you know, what's the name of the movie? Age of Ultron, all the way into Infinity War, getting that vibranium. Why his arm got cut off? Well, you killed his daddy. You know what I'm saying? T'Challa tried to snipe your hand off. You know what I'm saying? And when he got old enough, he was going to come back and get his revenge. When he was old enough, just like in the comics. And that would have been a way better story than trying to tell this African story about we feel lost and y'all didn't come get us and all the cool. That's not for the story though.
It was Creed. that's what the Black Panther and Ryan Coogler. I'm not taking away from his skills as a director, but it was Creed. This was Creed, Fruitvale Station, all of that mixed into one, and making a superhero film out of those two films. That's all it was. This was, if you replaced Adonis Creed with T'Challa, same story. Actually, Adonis Creed with Killmonger, I would say, same story. Same story. Black Panther 1 was about Killmonger, and that's what's crazy. T'Challa has not been the main character in any of his shit. The first movie was about T'Challa. Second movie, they killed him off. I mean, first movie was about Killmonger. Second movie was about Shuri, and they killed him off.
See, if you think about Captain America: Civil War, I'm sorry, it's gonna get a little loud, but if you think about that first movie, right? The biggest thing about that movie that makes that movie Civil War awesome, not because Spider-Man showed up, Spider-Man got overshadowed by Black Panther. The regalness, the intrigueness of Black Panther. Then yes, that was the fight. That's what this article is saying. The finest version of T'Challa was that movie.
Mm-hmm. It was. That was the finest version. Finest version. Let me see. Here's some comments left by fans via X. Says T'Challa getting the Winter Soldier running for his fucking life is one of the best things in the MCU. This is why Shuri being BP makes no sense. You had to be a warrior without the serum, and Killmonger was wiping the floor with her in BP1. Right. Another one. Marvel denying us this character is the most selfish thing on earth. Do what he talk about. He was in like 3 more Marvel movies before the actor passed. See, some people just don't understand. They don't get it. They don't get it. T'Challa getting the Winter Soldier running for his fucking life. Just, oh, I already read that. I love when I saw that in theaters. I've been a Black Panther fan since the comics. So all my friends would make fun of me for liking Black Panther. They didn't become fans until the movies. And a lot of people are like that too. A lot of people didn't become fans. And that's cool. That's what the movie's supposed to do. The movie is supposed to make the fandom spread further than what it is than just you reading the comic books or whatever. But once you become a fan, to me, you have to entrench yourself in the details, in the lore. Go back and read the books and understand why this character is so dope in the first place. And a lot of people didn't do that. They just took what the MCU gave us. And if they was gonna kill Black Panther, so fucking what it made it's Marvel's character. If they want to kill him, they can kill him. I'm like, nah, they ain't even ever killed him in the comic book. That's what's crazy. Every character that I know grew up liking in the comic books. He done died at least once. I don't recall T'Challa ever dying. But now all of a sudden it's just, it's cool to just kill off T'Challa. That's weird to me. Quit playing. I'm gonna keep it 100. I wasn't a fan of BP to the BT cartoon series. That's what made me think he was hard, and I liked him in Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes cartoon. So by the time I heard he was going to be in a movie played by Chadwick, who was also a big fan of After 42. Oh yeah, 42 made a lot of people fans of Chadwick. That's another thing too. Chadwick wasn't a big actor. He had done some roles, he was doing a lot of the biopic roles, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't a big actor. Was not a huge actor. Matter of fact, I would consider Jonathan Majors, they're a little bit more similar, but Jonathan Majors might have been a bigger actor than him if you compare their careers. You agree, Dre? See if Dre that listening.
My bad. I'm here. I'm now working. But I say they were similar. And the reason why they were similar is because they almost got the similar path. So Jonathan Majors was coming off a lot of great independent films, and then simultaneously he got the role in Creed 3. He got the role in Creed 3, and he got the role in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So at that particular time, you can say that they were similar because remember, Chadwick was coming off of Jackie Robinson, Get On Up, you know what I mean, before he landed the role as Black Panther in Civil War. So, I'm at work.
Right. Now, I just think, and I agree, they were similar. I just think Jonathan Majors might have had a little bit more star power than Chadwick did at the time of them both taking whatever the Marvel roles was. When Jonathan Majors became Kang, I think people knew Jonathan Majors. When Chadwick became Black Panther, I think he was, I know that guy from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them. Oh, that's old dude from. They might not have known.
Because a lot of people didn't watch 42.
42. They wasn't watching 42. They didn't watch Get On Up. Not saying they didn't watch it, but it just wasn't big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get On Up, 42.
More black people knew him from Get On Up than I would say your average white film watcher.
True. Let's hit the chat real quick before we do before we go in real heavy. Rashad says, but that's the double-edged sword because casuals seen BP for the first time, and because of that, they attached T'Challa to chat. Right. They did. And you know, I'm not even mad at them for doing that. But what I am mad at them is with them doing that, they forgot whatever their age is, you know, let's say they're in their 30s. For 30 years, actors have always been replaced, whether they passed, you know what I'm saying, or the franchise changed over. But it's not unusual to recast. So I don't understand why everybody got so attached to Chadwick being T'Challa. I get it, you know, he's the only person that we've seen as T'Challa, but now let's see somebody else. Give somebody else a reason, an opportunity. Let Dre be T'Challa. Not that he, you know what I'm saying, he'll make a good T'Challa. I don't know, he might, but let somebody else make, you know what I'm saying, be that. You never know. That next young black actor to come up playing T'Challa, being Black Panther, might be better than Chadwick. And maybe sometimes I think, do y'all just not want, are y'all so attached to Chadwick that maybe somebody might show up and be better than Chadwick? Are y'all hurt over that? Are y'all confused over now we can't have nobody because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Chill, you want the link? Chill. Dre, you cool with coming in? I'm cool with you coming out. I guess Dre working right now. Hold on, I'll send you the link in a second.
I just sent it to him, so just so you can have somebody else. You know what I mean? Because like now I'm starting to do a little movement. So if you hear me go quiet, that's the reason why.
Oh no, you good. Like I said, I just let me know. Oh, that rivet gun finna go off now. You keep that on mute, homeboy. Keep that on mute. Let me see what else going on in the chat. It's how they present it. Grace says it's how they present it. So how they present it sure as tech support. I think what's going on. You know, let me get rid of this. How they presented Shuri tech support in the first Black Panther, and then she's portraying the warrior in the sequel. That's like Q going from tech support for Bond to operating in the field. That's exactly what it's like. And I think you brought that up before, Gray. I was just watching this last James Bond to go on, and they made a joke about Q going out into the field, and he was like, oh, hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, most tech support ain't trying to go out to the field. Not saying that they can't, you know what I'm saying? I believe Q can shoot a gun. Q might be good. His aim might be you know what I'm saying? Because they all had the agent training, but there's something special about 007. You know what I'm saying? There's something special about James Bond that Q ain't got, and that's why Q is tech support and James Bond is 007. I think that wall needs to stay there. You can't, especially without giving us her graduating to that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give us her graduating into being a warrior. We didn't see none of that. No training, no month. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get a Rocky training montage to see her doing none of that.
But she raised her hand at the Warrior Falls, and it looked like she was gonna challenge. Doesn't that mean she knows how to fight?
No, that just means that, you know, let's stay right there, chill. They did that to try to pay homage to when Shuri was created, you know what I'm saying, her for, you know, going up against who she didn't know at the time was T'Challa when she was fighting and she lost. Remember? It was supposed to be Sion, but it ended up being T'Challa.
Nah, she was gonna challenge, but by the time it was her chance to challenge, T'Challa already won.
Right, that's what I meant. She was gonna challenge, but it was T'Challa ended up beating Sion and so I think that was like a ode to that. But we still didn't get it. Even if she was gonna challenge, she was gonna come on, man. She was gonna do what? What was she gonna do? With no tech.
This Shuri? Yeah, this Shuri did it wasn't it. That wasn't it. And we know it wasn't it. And they could have told the movie to try to tell us how she went for the last 8 years, because you know the blip plus the other 3 years. We could have seen how she went from point A to point B, but they didn't choose to do that in the movie.
Right, and they could have easily did that instead of trying to shoehorn in a T'Challa Jr. and a funeral scene and all of this. That time could have been spent, since she was angry and mad that, you know what I'm saying, that T'Challa died, even though I think they should have went with the blip. If she was angry and mad that she couldn't get T'Challa back from the blip,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And now she got to try to fit in and be what her big brother, you know what I'm saying? And show her training, or just you being angry. If we would have got that movie probably would have been way better. You know what I'm saying? Her dealing with her anger. So she started training and doing
and
all
they
types
could
of
have
stuff.
fixed. We could have got that movie in the edit. They could have repaired it and went, oh, you know what? We just don't have to have this movie part of the movie play. And boom, this whole movie happens in the blip. And we'll shoot something towards the ending. Eric, come in for a reshoot. We'll just film something else instead of everyone on a beach. We'll film T'Challa's back. They could have easily fixed it. They had a year and some change to fix it, and they chose not to. They want this. They want the absence of T'Challa. Deliberate. It's on purpose. I don't even see him in a cartoon anymore, as you read that article. It's obvious,
Right.
and I like the way that the article paints my position, my opinion on this. It's that where is T'Challa? He's missing, and he shouldn't be missing, and you're weird for thinking that it's worth T'Chaka's worth it. T'Chaka having him in the X-Men 97 makes sense? No, it doesn't make sense.
Nah, that was blatant. That was blatant. And I got asked a question today. I forgot who it was by, but he was talking about Darius put the video out about them, having a mandate to bring T'Challa back and all that other. And I just don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Why don't you believe it?
Because it's for one thing, excuse me, it's too deliberate of the erasure. The erasure is too deliberate. You know what I'm saying? This T'Chaka situation, that's not an oversight. That's not an oversight. That was deliberate. You know what I mean? So for there to be a mandate, we're going to slowly. Why do you need to slowly bring back somebody who shouldn't be gone in the first place? Let's slow walk T'Challa back. What sense does that make for a big moment? Where you gonna find that big moment at?
If what Darius is reporting is true and it is going to be a return, then they can go in post-production and you get the voice actor who says the words T'Chaka. You get that Steve Rogers voice actor to change one syllable, or you just pull that scene specifically, that scene, but you pull that little portion where he says the words T'Chaka. That's all you got to do, is you got to change that. We get the same quality X-Men 97. We get the same flashback, or not the flat, but the cameo scene where the Dora Milaje are behind him and he's got the mask on. We'll just all just assume that's T'Challa, and everyone's happy. If they really were trying to change,
it was deliberate, man. If that was the case, to stay ambiguous or to stay with a shade of air, gray in the air, they could have easily said, "I agree with the King of Wakanda." He could have easily said, "I agree with the King of Wakanda," not "I agree with King T'Chaka." You know what I'm saying? There's ways. That's how you know it's deliberate. I just don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Or if he does come back, it's when the Secret Wars. 5 years from now. 2020 what?
6.
Nah. You sure? We get to it.
I'm on the page right now. It says Avengers 5, May 26.
Is that Secret Wars? It's 5 Secret Wars? 4 became
Secret Wars is May 2027. Yeah.
Yeah, 2027. So 3 years from now. And it's probably gonna get pushed another year. Depending on what's going on. I'm gonna give them a bumper. I'm gonna give them a 1 year grace. But I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but just depending on what's going on, I think they will have a padded year, or you know what I'm saying, 9 months to a year of padding for that film. That's what I think. So
Caliber said, "Bruh, she didn't make no."
I just don't see a breaking point before that time period to bring T'Challa in. Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't see that being that's not the time nor the place You know what I'm saying? We already got Hugh Jackman coming back.
Yeah, and I also want to tell you that that's not a surprise. The T'Challa recast isn't something you make me wait and chill in the movie,
Right.
and then I get a surprise. That's something you announce, like, oh, okay, guys, we're done messing up. We're gonna let you guys know at Comic-Con. You know, a few years ago, I was up here and I was telling you guys about how Wakanda Forever was so important. Now look, at the time, we did the movie that was appropriate for us, and we stand by our movie. However, we understand that this is an important superhero, and we will be making a creative decision. We won't tell you how or when, but there will be a returning T'Challa, and then he does that whole thing, and then during the red carpets and everything, he'll probably have to explain it's not going to be the T'Challa. Don't worry, it's going to be real, true T'Challa, and everyone will just appreciate it. That's something you announce right away, because without that, and if I just wait and see it happen in the movie, I wouldn't have paid to see that movie, or wherever you want it to happen at. You should tell me that, so that I don't make more videos slandering Mr. Kevin Feige and everyone else at Marvel, and not just me, you and him and everyone, all of us.
He gonna keep me in my slander. I don't rock with Feige at all as of right now. You know what I mean? But I agree. And so I mean, with them announcing, I don't know if it's announced yet or if it's official, but them saying that Ryan Coogler has signed on to come back for BP3. I don't know if that's official yet, if it's written in stone or whatever, but I don't see Coogler doing that for BP3.
Hi, Blue. I hear you got a problem with me.
There he go, Feige. I got major problems with you, bro. Kev, call you Kev. Major problems, Kev. What have you been thinking these past year, 2 years? What's going on in your brain, man?
Well, I've been watching a lot of live streamers, and I think I get the gist of this whole race thing, right?
Okay, talk to me. What's the gist of this whole race thing? Because I don't know if you don't tell me you don't see color. You one of those who don't see color?
Oh no, I see it, and I know you'll go broke if you go woke. So that's why the color needs to be on a little bit less saturation, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, monochromatic.
Monochromatic, huh?
Look, all right, that was your last question. Bye.
Oh. Salute to Kev, man. Kev came in real quick to address the situation. I'm gonna see if I can get him back a little bit later on, man.
Kevin was here? I just missed him.
Yeah, you missed him. You missed him, man. You missed him. But no, like I was saying, BP3 being helmed by Ryan Coogler. I don't see Coog bringing. I don't see him deviating from the T'Challa Jr. situation. It's there. He put it there. I don't see him backtracking from T'Challa Jr.
He's apologized for the Ancient One once, and it took maybe 3-4 years. Are we due for an apology now? It's been 3-4 years.
Yeah, but guess what? The Ancient One still didn't disappear. Ancient One was still there.
Yeah.
Ancient One ain't left.
Yeah.
You can apologize and keep it moving, which is what I see Kev doing, or Coog, whoever came up with that decision. And this is what I don't like too. A lot of the people who don't really follow what happened between Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler, and Kev don't understand it. Kev didn't even make the decision. He made the decision to not make the decision. You know what I'm saying?
Passed on the body like John Stockton.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Salute to K-Dot. But nah, that's what he did.
I know Aisha liked that one. Aisha's always tweeting about the Kendrick thing. It's not over for her yet, so I know she liked it. No.
But no, Kev was like, I'm gonna let the niggas handle it, and whatever they say, go. That's what in his head. That's what I think he thought. They have. This was the one time to where a high executive in whatever said, you know what? Let the black people know what they're doing. We're gonna let them.
Okay, then Blue. What if Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler get together at dinner? They decide, I've been watching that Dre Mac guy, and at the Blurred AF, they were spitting facts, and we're letting people down, and we got our emotions. Everyone's right. Let's go over to Marvel Studios, and they tell them, listen, Kev, we blew it. Let's bring back T'Challa, It's if you were listening to us for getting rid of him, listen to us for having him return. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for somebody admitting that we made a mistake, and you know what I'm saying. I'm cool
And
with
it
that.
will work though. But will it work, or will Kevin Feige say,
Will
"Not
it
too bad,
work?
we got rid of him"? I don't think it
Well,
works.
like I said, I don't think it'll work because it's a lot of people who like this T'Challa Jr. storyline. It's a lot.
There's a lot of people accepting it, and that it was very dangerous for them to accept it really close to the movie. I was straight up rejecting. I remember we did a video. Oh, Blue, you weren't in that video, but it was like recast the real T'Challa, and I was getting all these people to speak on it, right? And I was trying to say, guys, no, the problem here, no, that's not really T'Challa. It will be a waste of resources and all that to go to a character who's never going to exist again. Like, it's stupid. Like Blade, we all know Blade because of what Wesley Snipes did, and thankfully, Mahershala Ali is going to get to play Blade eventually. Get to play Blade too. Like, we're getting Blade, and that's called a generational, like a what's the word? When it rolls over, we're getting that, and we're not doing that with TJ because TJ won't exist ever again. I see the problems with TJ. I recognize it. I called it out. People who accepted it, man, it really sucks. And let's just be real. Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, Bob Iger, all the way to the top, and everyone in between. Hollywood has never been this racially open and accepting kind of. It's actually been the opposite. It's been creating stereotypes, and it's been reinforcing, doubling down, and making history worse. It was like fruitous. It was like a bonus that it was the two black guys, Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler, who decided to kill the character. That was a bonus. Okay, cool. We'll roll with that narrative. Easy. If not, they still like like the video game and the T'Chaka thing in X-Men 97. It's obvious that there is a disinterest in amplifying this character. If not from Kevin Feige, every other white guy who's historically not been a stand-up citizen, you know.
And that's that's weird though, because at the end of the day, money. If it's what I understand about corporate greed is, if it's money involved, they're gonna push it until they're gonna milk it until they can't milk it no more. But I see the total opposite in this. Like a recast would have been the perfect way to keep milking. Oh, we just did what was it 1 was it 1.6 billion? You know what I'm saying?
1.3 billion. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I not want to redo that again? Why would I not want to milk that as much as I can instead of changing up? Because this was a drastic change. I hate to say it, Shuri coming Black Panther 1 to Black Panther 2, any kind of franchise, you never go from you don't go from Clark Kent in the first Superman movie being Superman, and then Superman 2, it's fucking Olsen. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
I think I can tell you that because Marvel was so successful, they thought they could do anything. They thought they could make an Eternals movie. Remember when they thought they still think Thunderbolts is a good idea? They were like,
hold on, chill. They could make an Eternals movie if they didn't go get Chloe Zhao to make a art movie. She went and made an art movie.
Okay, fine. I'll use another example. I'll use another example.
No, I'm with you.
The point is just that the risk. Okay, you're with me, but the point is that the risk taking was more open. They were more open to another character. If this was a poor company, like how they started in 08.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. We got the money to throw it, whatever.
Yeah, imagine Black Panther comes out in 08. You know, we're getting started. 2010, their lead actor dies. When they get to 2012, they're saying recast. Actually, that exact scenario happened with the Hulk. Ed Norton.
Yeah.
By the time we get to 2010, let's recast because our 2012 movie is going to be Mark Ruffalo. They were like that, but now they're like we can do anything we want to. Shuri is going to be the Black Panther, and we'll make just as much money. So that hubris was there. If it weren't so successful, maybe they would go, "Oh yeah, Black Panther, T'Challa, same guy. Why would we ever mix it up, huh?"
No, I totally agree with that. The hubris and the arrogance was totally there. And I just don't know if corporations and companies really look at the ground work and what the people are doing on the ground. You know what I mean? I really don't know if they do that, because who is telling them that the story, that people wanted to see Shuri in the spotlight? Who is telling them that? Who is saying, we came out for T'Challa, we're gonna come out for Shuri and make it even better. You know what I'm saying? You got to a Billy this time, we might go to Billy because of Shuri. Who is telling them that? Like, where's the numbers for Shuri at?
No.
There ain't even Shuri numbers in the comic books.
No, nope, they don't even have that. They have every reason to believe not, and they still decided to do it. And that's my thing. And I'm gonna continue being vocal, even with what Planet Fanatics, what Darius posted that other day. I'm still gonna worry, and I'm gonna look at what Blue said. You know, word for word, what you were talking about just now is a video that I finished. You know, before I hopped on here, talking about how Pikachu, like when Nintendo started, they gave you Pikachu, and they just understood. Okay, listen, we have other Pokemon for sure, right? Most certainly, there's all these other rodent kind of electric Pokemon, but the brand of Pikachu is so powerful. We're going to be consistent with this, to where you would watch the parade on TV and you'd see the big Pikachu float because that's their brand. They could have used any other Pokemon. They could have used a Pokemon you never heard of. Have you ever heard of the Pokemon Lapras Blue? Nope. Have you ever, you know, like maybe someone in this chat has, but there's a reason why instead of going with Drift Bloom, they went with Pikachu at the Macy's parade. Now, there's other ways that we've seen Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, the movie. We've seen like the doubling down on this guy. Yeah,
that's the brand. But see, they're trying to make the mantle the brand. Bruce Wayne is the brand of Batman. Batman isn't the brand of Batman. I don't think people understand that. Yeah. Bruce Wayne is you know what I'm saying? That's the brand when it comes to Batman. If I throw Alfred running around in the costume, it ain't gonna do what Bruce Wayne does running around in the costume. If I throw
that movie would never be made. No,
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing these things out. I'm just throwing it out. It'll never ring bells the way Bruce Wayne running around in his tights as Batman will. It just won't. Clark Kent.
I'm trying to see the Alfred Batman movie. I don't know about you. But I want to see Alfred as Batman. I'm trying to see the drip room float. Matter of fact, I want a Dragonite float. That's what I want. Dragonite. You know what I mean? And Ratbat.
I did some you.
But I'm listening to you guys and I agree with you. Huh?
He said he saw a float of a Pokemon named Mew, but if you saw a Pokemon float of all these other guys, it wouldn't come at the cost of Pikachu. It would just mean that Nintendo had two floats.
Yeah, because Pikachu he's the mascot. It's like Sonic. Sonic is the mascot, even though they got Tails and all these other characters, he's still the mascot. You know what I mean? So just like I said when I was talking about T'Challa, I said T'Challa's the main character. I said T'Challa's Uncle Ben. You're not gonna have Uncle Ben Spider-Man. You know what I mean? They did that in the comics or whatever, but it was like a one-off to show you what it would look like if Uncle Ben, was Spider-Man for a moment. You know what I mean? But still, it didn't make any sense, and they still went back to the status quo, like they did with Miles Morales, like they did with Ben Reilly, like they did with these other Spider-Man. They still went back to the status quo. At the end of the day, why is T'Challa any different?
Because the status quo makes money. You only go back to the. I was having a discussion at work about X-23 about Laura, and I think I was also talking on Twitter about it. But there's only one Wolverine. Hate to say it, they trying. It seems like Marvel is just trying to mentalize everything. How do you mentalize Wolverine? Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Wolverine. Now you got two Wolverines. There's a female Wolverine, and then there's Logan Wolverine. Like, nah, man. How does that even work? Damn, Wolverine was here. Well, which one? Ah, shit, I don't know. It's claw marks. I don't fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? What's the distinction here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need a distinction. Give me.
Pikachu doesn't have that problem because all these other Pokemon all across the world, they have different names depending on the region and the language, right? The name in Germany for the Pokemon Squirtle is probably something different. You've heard of Squirtle Blue?
Right.
It's blue.
I know who Squirtle is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't big on Pokemon, but I heard a couple of them.
You know Mew. So like sometimes a legendary Pokemon, it'll be the same one because that's the cover art Pokemon on the games. And so the names will be the same whether you're in Japan, whether you're in America, all over. It's always the same word. Pikachu, yes, that's how you get a brand over. But for the Wolverine thing, there's a reason why you began this with X-23 Laura. You know, there's a reason why when we talk about Miles,
Miles is and I had that discussion about, oh no, Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I'm like, no, Miles Morales, even you saying that shows me that he's not Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. That's it. If you have to say no, Miles Morales is Spider-Man, that's how I know that Miles Morales is not Spider-Man.
I think when
I say Wolverine,
what people are listening to is you are saying something racist. You're saying that Afro-Latino people are not worthy, and what's being said. It's actually opposite. It's saying, at least for me, and you can vouch me, but I'm saying that this character whose descendants is Puerto Rican and black, this guy is deserving of his own name with instant recognizability. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. He can 1000% stand on his own. And I wish they would write him so he can stand on his own and not be under the shadow of Spider-Man. It shouldn't say Miles Morales, Spider-Man. It shouldn't say that. Just let him be Miles Morales. Just be Miles Morales. A Spider-Man. I like. He is a Spider-Man. He is a Spider-Man. Laura Kenny,
X-23, brother with webs. That's what they should call him. Brother Web X.
Brother Web X.
Oh, let's read more of these comments though. It says from Aisha. Okay, gotta read Aisha. She says Miles' comics and games have sold more than Peter's though. In what universe do you belong in? The Amazing Spider-Man comic book is the highest selling ongoing series for Marvel, and it's always been like that. And then the video game, I guess there's a website. Aisha said it at 9:01. But Spidey, I guess. LOL.
Okay. Yeah. Miles Comics games have sold more than no. Remember that Miles game was a Spider-Man game. He was just extra in it, right? Am I correct in that?
It was a reskinning of the game. They already made the city. They already had everything foundationally there, and they just said, "Here, some DLC." But it was more of a full game than a DLC.
And there's nothing wrong. Miles, and I'm gonna tell you, the Miles comics don't sell. Just to let you know, they don't sell. They don't sell. I don't recall them being top sellers. Matter of fact, for Marvel, I think it's either an X-Men comic or a Spider-Man comic that's normally the top as far as one of the big sellers. Not Miles Morales.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I got them sharing it.
All right. Well, this was for the month of March, I believe, and it says that Ultimate Spider-Man #3, that was the second highest grossing comic book of that entire month. Spectacular Spider-Man #1 was the fourth highest selling comic. With Amazing Spider-Man #45 was the seventh. Where's Miles? Here it is. Mm-hmm. The 35th highest selling comic book, which is still stupendous. You're gonna be around. You make money. That was Miles. That's good though. That's good for like a secondary character.
Yeah, but like you said, it's 35 though. You know what I'm saying? It's 35 compared. So what, a 2, 4, 7, 6? I'm pretty sure out of all of that to get to 35, you had all those X-Men comics and all those probably some Avengers comics, because this is just from Marvel and DC. The whole Marvel and DC. Oh yeah.
There's everybody, and it's pretty
good.
Yeah, it's Marvel pretty good, right? Now look at also like the Black Panther. If I type that,
now that ain't bad.
That
ain't bad. But like
here, of Ultimate Black Panther #2, that was 8. Now we can expect this to decrease very soon. It's just like the hype and the you remember the shortage and everything. So okay, fine, it will go down. But where am I? Black Panther 10 by Eve Ewan got canceled for a reason. It was 175th highest grossing comic book that entire month. Terrible.
Mm-hmm. But that was the last one, right?
Yeah.
That was 10. So I think people kind of, and I had well, who was it? I remember when I think I was on there with you, and we was talking about that run, and I said Eve Ewing is too slow. She was too slow in getting the story going, and I think that the wheels fell out because it was just a slow dragging story. You know what I'm saying? Even if she wasn't gonna put him back as the king or whatever, the story was just slow. It was just slow.
Yeah, we had a lot of problems with that, and I don't think she was watching my channel or like listening to the the T'Challa overall sentiment that's going on YouTube that us and our circles are everyone watching right now, from Diesel to Fahim to Aisha to I'm trying to mention everybody. Oh, Pam's in here too. She says, "Made it. Hello, gentlemen, all in the chat. Hi, Pam." Like I like we're like, yo, T'Challa needs to be top tier. We can't allow another month of him being diminished. But I guess she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and we got the comic series that we got.
You think the who's the overall editor in chief over there, Marvel? Do you think that they thought that since T'Challa was in the Avengers, that was enough action for us, and we don't need it in his actual book?
Yeah, CB Cebulski. Yeah,
that's stupid. Yeah, CB Cebulski. That's dumb.
But he's got Storm coming in the Avengers. But he's got Storm in the Avengers now. And that's going to be some interesting drama to see he and her on the same team again. I'll talk more about that in like an hour from now on my stream. So I'll stop talking about comic books.
The thing is, are they going to have the interaction? Or is it just going to be, an awkward moment every now and then? Or is it going to be actual story interaction between these divorced king and queen? You know what I'm saying? Like, this should be some soap opera type ish going on. But are we going to get that?
Jed McKay is writing this. Jed McKay can make me a fan of his for life, or he can disappoint me. We'll see how they go with that one. Aisha says, finally another female in this chat. What do you mean? Are we like being exclusionary today? What's going on?
Oh, she's talking about Pam. No,
we're all female.
Come on, Aisha. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We got to talk like more feminine topics. Well, let's talk about like fashion and things.
Fashion. Well, hey, what y'all want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? But no, Jed McKay isn't as bad as some of these writers. I just think a lot of them, they just creatively bankrupt over there at Marvel. Hell, even at DC. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the superstar writers, the rock star writers anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't think
because they're not getting paid.
That too. But
where's the money gonna come from, Dre?
Right. Where the money gonna come from?
You gotta sell books. Man, you gotta be like Bo DeMayo and make that and get it for your OnlyFans. So you can only have fans. Blow.
What I meant. No. What I'm saying is that Marvel Comics are low on money. They're not selling high enough. Things are rough. So they can't go like, okay, Ed Brisson, not Ed Brisson, you know what I mean? Ed Brubaker. They can't say, Ed Brubaker, come back here. We got a big check. Matt Fraction, come here. Huge check. You're a great writer. James Tynion the fourth, you make a lot of money. We saw your Batman run. Here's the check. And you're going to be doing the new Iron Man. Like that, they need money to do that.
Well, they could if it wasn't 3 Iron Man books, 8 Avengers books, 10 X-Men books, 17 Spider-Man books, you know what I'm saying? And all the other experimental stuff. They need to trim some fat. If they trim the fat,
they gotta have they got Disney Plus. No, I'm sorry to interrupt your thought. But like, trim the fat. But like, you got this streaming service which will air anything. You've got fans of Marvel who like Marvel. Why don't you make a documentary or a something to highlight how cool your comics are? It might cost a few $1,000, but if it can create fans, you'll make that $1,000 easily. Just have a comic book show on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna say this again, man. They are creatively bankrupt over there. You can say all that all day. Kevin Feige needs to leave from Marvel. He needs to go. He just needs to go because I think he's run out of ideas. He isn't as passionate as he should be, and I'm not saying that as to make him look bad. He had a hell of a run. But sometimes Bill Belichick. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? They had to get him out of there. It's just time. It's just time for him to leave. It's just time for him to go.
Vince McMahon, he had to go, and all of a sudden we're getting these new camera angles and things. Yeah. If Kevin Feige isn't there anymore, all of a sudden someone's gonna say, wait, why don't we do a show talking about what's the most valuable comic book ever? And whenever our fans go on Disney Plus and they click on that Marvel thing, which happens on a daily basis, millions of people will see, oh, most valuable comic. People like money, you know? I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you want to know what's valuable, right? Hey, did your son just uncle just unexpectedly die and he's got a whole bunch of comic books? Well, what are the top 100 most valuable comic books? It'll be like Mansers, or you remember how they used to have that show on Spike TV?
Yeah.
Where like, yeah, you could have answers like that.
You gotta have somebody who's creative and not trying to. I don't want to say push an agenda, but just be creative. Love these characters. Don't nobody love these characters no more, man.
No,
they want to insert themselves into the book. They want to tell their story instead of the character story, and that's where they mess up at. Don't nobody love these characters. You heard what Taika Waititi said. If that wasn't the fucking nail on in the coffin for Marvel right there, oh, I just wanted to fuck Thor over, and you know what I'm saying? Like what? Like I never read a Thor comic, but I'm gonna do this shit, and we gonna, you know, like that's how you know the fucking what they say the damn, I just lost my thought. Never mind, I lost it. lost my thought. But yeah, man, now it's just crazy over there, man. Like Rashad said, Nick Saban, Coach K, yeah,
good example.
Had to go. Great example.
Steezel says Marvel Comics game hasn't been the same since the all new, all different era. One thing I'll say about DC, they promote their comics way better than Marvel does under Disney. Yeah, it seems like James Gunn cares. Like it was Superman Day, their anniversary, and you saw that photo where they're all reading the comic books, right?
Right.
Somebody made a joke that's on page 1.
But at least, like you said, at least they're trying to get the buzz going. James Gunn's coming over. He has to start basically from scratch, even though he's not starting from scratch, but he's got to build it up. He's got to make anticipation. Marvel isn't making me anticipate shit. What am I anticipating? Nothing. They got stuck in the fucking multiverse, and they don't know how to get out. That's what it is. They stuck in universe 917231 or some shit like that. They don't know how to get back home. That's what it is. It's like they lost.
And it's all Jonathan Major's fault, according to the Hollywood Reporter.
That's right.
It is JM's fault. It's JM's fault. And it's not his fault because of that. It's JM's fault because he's a great actor, and that's the only thing that's probably viable for the MCU to keep them to keep them going. They don't have. Well, they say he might be coming back, but you don't have none of the original no more. Everybody's gone, whatever. So what are you doing? You don't have T'Challa. You got rid of T'Challa. You don't have your core. Now you got Black America flying around with the shield.
Falcon.
There's a T'Challa out there. He's just living in Haiti right now, and he's doing the electric boogaloo with his friends at the swimming hole.
You got Haitian T'Challa who don't know a damn thing about Wakanda, but he's supposed to be the heir to the throne. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mess, man. Thunderbolts. It's just a mess, dog. It's just a mess. It's a mess.
When is Haitian TJ? When is he supposed to be like his coming out? Like when do they roll him out? When's his Adidas press run?
What is this Adidas press run? That's a good question though. I just because I think about that too. What is he, 5 now?
He has to be more than 5. Because of the blip, he's got to be more than 5.
No, wait, hold on. No, was she pregnant pre-blip?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because other than that, he would have to be a 1-year-old because if he was born after the blip, right?
True. And see, now that makes no sense neither. You know what I'm saying? Like that really makes no sense. So because she said that T'Challa, did she say that he knew his daddy?
Only Ramonda knew that T'Challa was the kid's dad. That's all. The only person who knew was Ramonda.
So T'Challa don't even know he got a damn son out. That's what I'm saying. I thought T'Challa knew.
I gotta watch it back. Maybe
So
maybe
T'Challa's
T'Challa
Billy.
did know.
So T'Challa's Michael Jackson and Billie Jean.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought T'Challa knew. I mean, and that makes it even worse if he didn't know. The
I
queen.
have
So
to watch it back.
And check this: the queen's dead. So who is regent? Who is? Because remember, she didn't want to be the queen. Shuri is not in power anymore. M'Baku is in power, right? From what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Who is letting this dude just show up from Haiti, speaking French, being the king of Wakanda, or even being Black Panther? Who is letting that happen?
The Kugler tribe.
The Kugler.
I'm mad about that.
The Kugler tribe.
Yeah.
Okay. Where they from? East Coast, West Coast? What side they from?
I don't know, but
East
they not
side,
like
West
us.
side?
I don't know.
They're not like us. Oh man. Nah, this story is horrible, man. Come on, man. That's a horrible story. T'Challa gets blipped, don't know he got a kid, comes back and dies. All within the span of what is it, 6 to 12 months? Did he catch cancer coming back from fucking like what happened? I'm just trying to figure it out, man.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. For the rest of the night, I'm gonna focus on what I got to do out here. Chill. You and Blue, hold it down. Everybody in Blurred AF. This is. I appreciate you guys, and I will be hollering at you guys in the morning. All right.
Okay.
All right, man. Take it easy. Me and we finna break the code in this Black Panther shit. Me and Chill about to break this code because this something. It's real fishy. It's real and it's nasty. It stinks. It smells like scroll. It's nasty. All right.
You can remove him?
Move Dre up out of here.
You got the settings. I didn't know. All right, cool. Well, I guess you would have to have it, right? Because how else would we have ended it when we were done? With Why Not said he's from the Bay Area. Rashad says, besides T'Challa not being around now, I was pissed they killed off Angela Bassett's character. Oh yeah. No one in the studio or fans are pushing another fanfic creation like Morgan Stark to replace Tony, but to Junior is somehow the exception. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You absolutely right. These things, I didn't even think about that. They're not trying to get more. They want, and I would probably be, even though Ironheart is I guess the technical original character for Marvel. If I'm a Iron Man fan, I would push the successor, which would be Morgan. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would push. That's what I would want to see, I guess. Just like this TJ shit.
Yeah, and I'm listening to that fan theory. By the way, I know we got a lag. I'm going to leave and return. But like when it comes to the Riri Williams and Morgan Stark, they were saying, well, let's get Morgan Stark. Instead of Riri, it should be Morgan who becomes Ironheart. That was a fan theory before we got what we got, Wakanda, whatever. That movie solidified it was going to be Riri. And what does it do for anyone? Like, it's going to be a TV show character. We know how you think about your TV shows. We know how low profile they are. It got delayed a year and then another year, which means that there couldn't be anything of consequence in here.
Right. And the thing is, and I like old girl who's playing Riri. I can't think of her name right now. But where's Ironheart been at in the because I still got to look at the comic. I still like to look at what's going on in the comics and try to translate that into the movie, because I know everything. You can't go line for line, panel for panel from the comic and bring in the movies. I understand writers having the choice to do certain things, certain liberties, and I'm cool with that. But who is Riri to the masses? Who is Ironheart to the masses? You know what I mean? Like, do I really think that this is gonna, just like Echo? You know what I'm saying? Just like hell, even She-Hulk, which could have been good, but they messed it up. Who are they to the masses? These are secondary characters, not She-Hulk, so to speak. They just messed She-Hulk up. But
she's secondary.
She is, but what I'm saying is, I think She-Hulk can stand on her own if done right, because she had a good run in the 80s. Did she not?
Sure, yeah,
She had a
fine.
good
Yeah,
run.
everyone can stand on their own, but you say more so because She-Hulk has a bigger base, and it was rare at that time to get the play off of his name and do the thing. So yeah, she was a little bit more
I just
unique.
think more people know who she, because at one point in time they was trying to get Bridget Nielsen to be She-Hulk back in the 80s. They wanted to do a movie with her. So I think she's a more people know if you see this big giant jade green girl, you know that's She-Hulk. I don't think the masses know who Ironheart is. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that. So I'm trying to figure out a selling point. Yeah, Dominique Thorne, that's her name. Trying to think of a selling point for her. I don't even think I just don't see Black America selling neither.
No, I could see it happening as Falcon, like you said about the 80s when She-Hulk was popping in the comics. Falcon was a little bit more higher profile than he is now.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening.
It can happen. It can, but I wouldn't even want to waste my movie ticket money on a character who's calling himself Captain America, who isn't Steve Rogers.
Right.
I'll pay double for the Falcon movie. I'll go twice, but not for Brave New World featuring Sam calling himself Cap. Now, if I find out the final scene of the movie is, you know what, I know what this means to you. I'm so thankful, Steve, that you gave me this shield, and I tried to put it on, but I was right, man. And there's just things that you don't understand that sometimes I'm gonna be right. This does feel like it belongs to someone else. Here,
right?
I gotta do it on my own. I gotta make sure that Falcon is synonymous with Cap, the same way we think of Iron Man. And then, you know, he can give a little speech and talk about empowering and how it's worthwhile to build yourself up than wear the skin or the likeness of another. We could have the most woke scene that's ever happened in a movie, and they're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to say, Black people can be Captain America too.
This right here, Stizzle, she do got a crazy history with FF and a more stable. If I wouldn't have even been mad if, especially the way that they treated the Hulk throughout the MCU anyway, if they just would have went She-Hulk from the jump. If they just would have went, the Hulk is on a rampage, he's on a run, we don't know, and then they just inserted She-Hulk, and she's been the She-Hulk since, and we get a little backstory on her later on. I don't even think anybody would have minded, honestly. What you think, Chill?
I think they were at a time where they couldn't make that risk. It had to be the Hulk. Ed Norton out, Mark Ruffalo in.
I guess. I don't. True. Okay.
But that one change wouldn't have ruined anything else. It's not like
I don't think
they weren't doing Hulk movies anyways.
Yeah, we don't do it. And that's what I'm getting at. I don't think it would have ruined anything. It just would have been because they just needed a tank, right? For some certain scenes, they needed a tank. She could have been the tank. And I don't like Mark Ruffalo as an actor anyway. So I think he's a horrible Hulk, man. I think he's a horrible Hulk. Bruce Banner, all of that. I just think he's a horrible Hulk. No disrespect to him, but I don't like him as the Hulk. I think Tatiana Maslany is a dope She-Hulk. I really do. I think she can be great as She-Hulk. I think they gave her trash. You know what I'm saying? With the show.
So in 2012, that's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. You were just going boo.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Well,
horrible.
It's not Green's house. It's Blue's house.
It's Blue's house. That's right. Stizzle says, "How Comic Sam got the shield was more plausible compared to Endgame." Yeah, I don't like none of that. I would, you know what? I would rather them have done the Winter Soldier as Captain America run than Sam as Captain America run. I think the Winter Soldier, when he took over, when they thought that Steve was dead or whatever, when Peggy shot him or whatever, not Peggy, what's Peggy's daughter name? Sharon. When Sharon shot him during Civil War, the end of Civil War in the comics, I think that run is better than this. I don't know.
I remember it made the news, and I wasn't a comic reader back in 08 when it happened.
Yeah.
That it made the news. Marvel Comics kills Captain America, and I think I went on a website, read an article about it, and never thought about comics again until like 2018. But that was a thing. It was a news story, and now it's not. When a character dies, it doesn't matter.
No, when real characters die, it matters, right? They haven't. What's the last real character that died? Captain America. He meant something to Marvel. Miss Marvel don't mean shit to Marvel. She only been around for fucking 5 years.
Yeah, but they've had Spider-Man get killed by the dude with the, what's his name? Centipede? No, you know the one.
Oh, you talking about Carrion or whatever with the centipede? I forgot
Kindred?
his name. Kendrick, yeah. But Spider-Man dies a lot. He's cloned. He dies a lot.
He's a real character.
That's his thing. That don't matter. But what I'm saying is that ain't the first time Spider-Man done died. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I'm sure in the X-Men era, when House of X happened, there's a whole bunch of characters that were dying. Wait, Wolverine was dead, remember? And he was in adamantium.
Yeah. But nobody thought Wolverine was dead, though. Because this is the reason why. I'm going to tell you this, Chill. This is where they mess up at. That Wolverine dying could have been significant if they didn't have old man Logan running around.
Yeah.
It would have it would have been significant if old man Logan wasn't part of the regular timeline continuity, 616 timeline continuity. So you had actual 2 Logans running around during that time.
Speaking of, the Logan that we saw in the movie in 2017 died. Remember, and it was very emotional the way Laura moved across over to the X.
Right.
They have to undo that, or for us to get Wolverine in the Deadpool movie, we'll have to, how do they do it? How do they do that? Because I personally, I'm okay with it just going to another universe, because it's not like the X-Men universe, the X-Men movies all took place in one universe. They were hella retcons, hella like wonky stuff. As long as Hugh Jackman is playing Logan, I know who the character is, or the characteristics will be the same. Boom, I'm okay with it. I don't care about how, this guy's supposed to be dead in the Logan movie. Well, I guess this is from a part of Marvel continuity where he doesn't die.
I don't think this will be that Logan. I think it's easy to because it's a Deadpool movie. It's silly anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I think the way people understand time, I think is the way that Ryan Reynolds understands the timelines. I can go and get this Logan. It's because how I look at time is, especially the way, Marvel's fucked up the way we look at the timelines. Now it's different universes instead of different branches of time. If Killmonger digs in his nose right now, that forms a new time branch instead of him not. That's how it should be. This moment in time pivots, it forks out. But it's still the same universe. That's what it's supposed to be. Just a different timeline. They made it now to where if Killmonger doesn't pick his nose, that's a whole new universe that was created. And that don't even sound right. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I go back and I look at you. Huh? What's that?
No, I'm thinking they're the same thing. There's the same difference. I'm confused. Either or, whether they're different timelines, different branches, different universe, they're different.
But they don't explain it that way.
Yeah, it's fine. Let them explain it however they explain it. They're the main kind of timeline or the main dimension is all I care about.
Right. But because my thing is, how do you explain what's her name in Loki? The female Loki. How do you explain that?
Oh, Sylvie? How do you explain
Sylvie.
it? Well,
how do you explain Sylvie?
There exists a portion of existence and its own reality where that's who Loki is, rather than traditional Loki. That's all. And that's not the world that the main stuff that we watched that started in 2008. That's not the stuff that is attached to that. That's all.
So are we pruning timelines or universes? Because she's from a different timeline, right?
Yeah, you're right.
What timeline is the alligator Loki at?
Different than Sylvie and different than regular Loki.
Yeah, but is that a different universe or a different timeline?
I say both. They're both different universes and different timelines.
All right, chill.
But that's what you get when Michael Waldron writes this, but Marcus and McFeely wrote that.
True. I'm just saying, if Loki is born in the year 10, right? Let's say God Loki born year 10. That's what he is. Now, if Loki gets trapped in the female body while doing magic and creates Sylvie, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But being Sylvie the whole time from birth does not make sense because Loki is Loki. How are you going to be a female Loki, but your name is Sylvie?
So it can't be a different timeline. It has to be a different universe. No, because it's the same timeline. But Odin, when he was making love with Frigga,
so he grabbed a female baby and named it Sylvie instead of grabbing a male giant baby.
Yeah,
that was Loki.
That's it. Yeah, and different time.
It's not Loki, but it's still not.
No, it's different time. The father of Loki, what was his name? Jotunheim.
All over again. Jotunheim, right?
The father of Loki had multiple like cells. I think you could say the word that begins with S and it's 5 letters. But those male cells that he has, you know that one. Some of them are gonna create a girl. Some of them are gonna create a boy, and it depends on the timeline, right? Like if it depends on what thrust he chooses to make that child. So yeah, it's the same timeline from the beginning. Yeah, it's the same timeline. Just one's a boy, one's a girl.
What I'm getting at is Sylvia. Sylvia is not a female Loki.
Why isn't Sylvie? No, yeah, Sylvie's not a female Loki. It's not a person named Loki, and then they Yes, you're right.
But that's what they're trying to make it seem. She's a Loki. Remember, they kept saying that she's a Loki.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what they said.
Yeah.
She should be independent of her own. If that's the case, Odin kidnapped Sylvie. He didn't kidnap Loki. Right? After he beat Loki's father, I can't remember his name. He grabs the kid. The kid ends up being Sylvie, not Loki. That would make sense. I'm cool with that.
But yeah, it's just a variant of Loki. It's the equivalent of who Loki is in that universe. Yeah, it was the girl named Sylvie. That was the equivalent. That was the person who Odin took. They're calling him the Loki variant.
Okay, so then help me with variants. So variants aren't a variant of me. They're a variant of my existence? Like what's supposed to be in this spot? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the slight alter of what is supposed to be you. Like the one, remember that nose picker me?
Give me the alligator.
Well, it just so happens that alligators exist in that universe. The alligators of Asgard and the frost giants. Instead of frost giants, they're frost alligators. That's all. That's easy as that.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you this. So does Loki exist? Where Sylvie's at?
Where Sylvie is? No, there is no. Yeah. There could be. There actually could be a world where 2 children who are actually,
I agree. No, I agree. But see, what I'm getting is that would just be a decision made by Odin, right? So So if we're going through time, if Odin is our focal point, he beats up on the frost giant, gets the wins. Spoils of war is he grabs, like you said, 2 children. That would just be a different timeline. It's still because the same thing. Odin still does the same thing in every time. Let's say Odin does the same thing in every timeline. He grabs a different. That doesn't make Chill now a blue. Like you're not me. You're Chill. He just picked up Chill. You're not a variant of blue. You're Chill.
You're not a variant, but you're only but I'm a variant when the TVA is judging and looking and being like, oh, in this world this happened instead. That makes you a variant of it's Loki. Traditionally we do with a bunch of Lokis who do it this way, but because you're Sylvie this time.
That is over. Okay. I was going over I can't comprehend that. Because if I'm alive and kicking, how are you a variant of me if I'm alive in that world? How are you a variant of me? What I'm saying, because if we just explain that he grabbed Sylvie instead of Loki, or let's say Loki died during the war, but Loki existed, because I believe if we're looking at the metaphysics of the universe, no energy can be created nor destroyed, right? So no matter what, there's a Sylvie somewhere, and there's a Loki somewhere.
No, there's some universes where a Sylvie and a Loki won't exist at all. There's a multiple different outcomes.
They won't be born.
Yeah, there's outcomes like that. Okay,
and that's cool. That's fine. But to me, that signifies that either Odin didn't make the decision to go and beat up on the Frost Giants, or that Frost Giant didn't make the decision to have sex. But that just means it's a different time. It's a different point. It's not a different universe. I wish I could draw it out on the map. I did this at work and showed everybody. They was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Because when you go, if I go sacred, if the sacred timeline is what me and you are talking right now, right?
Yeah, the sacred timeline means that we're not gonna let things get too crazy so that a Kang can appear. So we're gonna call it a sacred timeline.
Now, think of when Loki, Cosmic Cube, the Tesseract, he got and then left. What was that? How did that change it? That changed something, right? Because now he made a decision. So there's a variant Loki, 2 Lokis now, right?
Yeah.
That made it. Well, know why? Because that was a point in time to where it branched off.
Because something happened that would have led to another Kang being created. Huh?
Yes, keep going. That's what I'm saying. You are absolutely right. This point in time, that Loki did something different than what he was supposed to do.
Yes.
But time still went on. So there's one Loki that got arrested, and Thor came and got him, took him back to Asgard, and he was, locked up. And then there was the Loki that got the cube and left on his own, and the TVA found it.
Yeah, timeline A,
so that's
timeline
why he
B.
would be a variant, because it's a variant timeline, not a variant Loki. It's a variant timeline. Or they wouldn't prune the timeline. They prune timelines, right?
Yeah, but as soon as those Avengers went into the quantum realm to hop up and appear back in 2012, like in that movie, as soon as they did that, they created a different timeline, or universe, or dimension, or reality. They branched. No. The TVA didn't mind. Oh, you gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish it. Because when they did that thing, they said, okay, they were in the alley and they were like, Hulk, you gotta Hulk out, gotta pretend. He was like, fine, I guess we'll do it. That moment, the TVA didn't come in and say, nothing here, because all the Avengers were gonna do was go in, take an Infinity Stone, put it back right away, and nothing would have happened in the universe. When Hawkeye, remember they had to do a test, let's see, and then he went back to his family home, and he's like, kids, and then he disappeared right away. The TVA didn't show up in that time and go, wait a minute, Hawkeye, you can't be here, we're gonna prove this one never existed, because that little child running downstairs, Dad, where are you? Oh, nothing happened, and goes back to playing Nintendo DS. That kid doing that didn't result in a Kang. As soon as Loki starts going, oh, Tesseract, I'm gonna go somewhere else, he might have met somebody, which would have led to something, which would have resulted in a Kang. That's when the TVA involved themselves.
So they're only pruning Kang timelines, what you're saying.
That's what he said. That's why he called it the sacred timeline. All of these moments of existence, if they ever branch into another Kang being created, whether it's the alligator one, whether it's the Sylvie one, I will prune.
That still didn't explain the time.
No, it didn't. It's not.
That doesn't explain why they prune it. That doesn't explain that. I can see it all day. They messed up. I just don't agree with the way that they do the timelines. But think about it. When the ancient one explained time, I think she explained it perfect. Because time is, like she said, is like a river. It don't stop. Time is just going. Yeah. You can't necessarily change it. Now, but in a river, if you take a boulder and you put a boulder in the river, which would be what I would like to call the choice point, whether you go left or right, it makes a fork. Now the water starts going around the rock. It might start making a whole new river or a bend in time, right? You agree?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, where does this new universe here? The time starts at 0. All universes, to me, time starts at 0. So whatever year Chill was born, he's going to be born that year in that new universe. Whatever time year Blue was born, he's going to be, you see what I'm saying? That's a whole new universe. But time is still going forward. So time doesn't stop. Time and universes, to me, are different. They're trying to make time and universes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see. I
So
I
that's how
recognize
I'm.
what you're trying to say. I get what you mean. Timelines should be different than universes, but from the way I've experienced what we've been watching, there's a times that the TVA should have never called themselves the TVA. They should have just called them the Multiverse Police, and I think we would have been nice if they didn't use timeline and they used like universe line. If it wasn't called the Sacred Timeline, it was called the Laws of the Universe instead of using time. I think I'd be in a better place.
Okay. I'm well. We good then. We good. I'm just. It's not as confusing anymore because now I'm like, all right, whatever. Y'all gonna do that, cool. But it just when they first explained it to where they are now, it's totally a 180. Just totally a 180.
I hope you
That's
guys
all.
enjoyed that. You guys are like, you guys have to be nerds to be listening to these guys who mention time and
They probably like,
Loki's.
what the hell is Blue talking?
That show came out 2 years ago.
Let me go into these chats. I know, right? Let me see. Fahim says, think Flash. I am thinking Flashpoint. So if you go, because Flashpoint was, he made a different decision, and that decision catapulted. Everything was cool up until that decision time. You see what I'm saying? If everything from 0 to 10 happened, but then he came back at 10 and changed 10, yeah, that's going to branch out to something totally different. Now you're getting Bruce Wayne as Batman. I mean, not Bruce Wayne. Now you're getting Thomas Wayne as Batman. Now you're getting all these different things. That makes sense because his choice, almost like the butterfly effect, his choice to come in and implant himself into time, because he's not supposed to be there anyway to make said decision, changes time. It changes what it is. It branches to a whole new timeline. So to me, Flashpoint makes more sense. And I'm not no quantum physicist or anything like that, but it just makes more sense. William say Odin kidnapped the alligator baby. Yeah, that don't make sense. It would make sense if we know Loki is all about magic. Loki turns himself to an alligator. I'm with it. Loki turns when they were teasing Sylvie, I thought that was Enchantress myself. Then I remembered what run? It was the Thor run where Asgard was floating over Oklahoma. There is a girl named Sylvie, but she's not a Loki though. She's just Sylvie. Regular.
I guess that's the inspiration for the name.
Right. That's the inspiration for the name. So that kind of confused me even more. I'm like, oh shit, they just tossing everything together.
Like White Wolf.
Don't get me started. MCU still. Right. Like White Wolf. Comic Silver was a regular human granted. Right. See? That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Enchantress. Fahim says like a Corvette has many variants. How many variants are? Yeah, but it's still a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? It's still a Corvette. If I got a 4-door Corvette, it's still a Corvette. You know what I mean? Like nothing changed. I don't think you would do a 4-door Corvette, but if they did, it's still a Corvette. I'm late, but I'm in here. What's good? Dre Michael found Oliver. What's up, Ricky? Dre ain't here, man. He out doing ratchet things with his hood rat friends.
Is that right? Ladrian. He probably knows exactly which episode that season that it was. It's season 3 of Boondocks where they made fun of that kid.
Yeah. Remember, Thor was a right. Thor was a frog, but Thor was a frog because Loki turned him into a frog. That's all I'm saying. Like it was decisions being made. It was an actual choice. Like Sylvie just being Sylvie because they wanted. To me, they just needed a female, and they could have. To me, they could have explained Sylvie better by going the Loki as a female. You know what I'm saying? Still being called Loki.
Notice how they do stuff like that. Like they need a female, so Brian, the story of this 6-episode show will include a female, and then they gotta like do what they want to do with it. And I'm like, I'm all for female empowerment, but don't do it in the show that's called Loki. Don't do Moon Knight and then be like, okay, Scarlet Scarab, we're gonna give a lot of scenes to her. The point and the objective is to make Moon Knight popular, make money, and then once it's popular and made money, you can mix him with a female character who you do, because if you really value females, they would have their own movies. And they don't have their own movies. They had one
Yeah.
movie, and
They
then
don't.
in the sequel of that movie, you decided not to call it Captain Marvel. You called it something else. Yeah, I guess Black Widow
Right.
counts also, but she was already a dead character. If you knew how to empower women, you'd do that. You wouldn't do alternate
They
Silver
don't.
Surfers. They don't know how to empower.
No, they don't. They think empowering women is subtracting males. That's what I believe. I think they think in order for a woman to shine, she has to be better than the male counterpart, or castigate the male counterpart. Or to me, She-Hulk showed me what they thought about female characters. She-Hulk is, if you want to know what Marvel thinks about female characters, watch She-Hulk, because that's how they treat female characters. But let's get up out of here, man. Chill is about to go and do. Are you gonna be live, or you just doing a video?
I'm gonna be talking about Storm on a comic book live stream. She's got a new comic book that was announced, and she's gonna be joining the Avengers in comic 2 months from now. It feels like the company's behind her. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. That's right. Yeah. This right here, making Taskmaster a woman for no reason. There was no reason at all.
Exactly.
No reason at all. Yep. I'm gonna do these last little comments and then we get up out of here. Chill. Let me see. Flashpoint never explained Superman because Kal-El was already on Earth when Barry Allen mother. Yeah, wasn't no need because he was already there, right? We see light at one spectrum. Add a prism, the light changes red, blue, green, and all in different frequencies. All right, what you talking about? Oh, you talking branch theory? Yeah. I see blue. Is she blue? I see blue? Exactly how the MCU is working now. I don't know what that means. I lost in that one, but okay. Shulk is one of my favorite films. She should be the epitome. She should, because She-Hulk is a dope female character, one of Marvel's mainstays, and if they would do her right, she could go on to be part of the big three or whatever you want to call it when it comes to like how DC has their Trinity. You know what I'm saying? Like She-Hulk should be there. To me, females that represent the Marvel brand, She-Hulk, Storm. I think that's it. Honestly, I don't know. I can't think of anybody. Who? Yeah, Sue.
Captain Marvel and Sue.
Yeah, I give Captain Marvel. I give it Captain Marvel. But those, to me, those are, if we're doing the top female characters, that's them.
It
Those
used
are the
to be
top female.
Monica, though. Monica was a part of the Avengers comic book and was kind of like, even when the cast would rotate, she was a mainstay there.
She was.
Now, I would want Monica, but it doesn't look like they like Monica. They didn't even give Monica her name in the new movie. They cut that scene out. And I wonder why? Why not popularize the brand of Photon? Why do that? It's very stupid. Like it's actually, I know you want to end the stream, but it's stupid. And I think that they maybe want to be like, okay, we're getting some problems with Brie. Let's call Monica. Let's call her Captain Marvel instead. And I will fight tooth and nail against that. That is the stupidest thing you can do. To give someone a name Captain. Wonder why what?
I'm just the whole Brie. I hate the Brie Larson fucking hate train. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the only reason why she would have any issues is because they are actually believing the Brie Larson hate train.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she was bad at her job. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? She did exactly what they told her to do.
She did exactly what she was. And what do they do? We're going to not name the movie Captain Marvel. We're going to name it something else. I'm sorry, what?
Right.
How was she supposed to take that? You know, she didn't do no media for that movie, right? The strike was happening, and the week that the strike ended was, I think the movie has been out for 4 days at that point. She didn't race to Beyond the View.
No. And I hated the way that they did that movie. I thought they should have waited because they put it out there on an island by itself. It was on an island by itself. Like you said, coming directly off the strike, and then, let's give this movie. They knew it was gonna fail. It was destined to fail because of the way that they released it. But here's what it is. Cupcake Mafia with us. She said, "Y'all people, I sure did not show up at Warrior Falls. She can't fight without that heart-shaped herb. She's trash. She's trash. She's trash." But I appreciate everybody coming in and rocking with me, Chill, and part-time Dre. There was no Mika today. Mika's off. Mika might be off doing superhero Wonder Woman things. Who knows? She might have been off doing superhero Wonder Woman things, but salute to her. She will be back. And I know y'all enjoyed the Twitch stream that they did Saturday night. I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 4, I want to say that they did. I know y'all enjoyed that. There will be more to come. I might even show up some Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? Chill, you should show up a Saturday, man. Why they do one of them late night blurred AF up all night streams, man? Should show up.
Maybe if I'm not in the gym.
Flex them, dog. Flex them guns. But we are out of here, man. Peace, hair grease, and like Dre said, vibe higher, y'all. Peace. Do he got like an outro? Where the outro at? I know he got one.
Thank you very much for making this portion of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never miss another one of it again. I'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.
This button do.